This game is called the Beach Rally with Questions. I'm going to click in the lower left here to start and give you an idea of how it's done. It's basically a whole class participation game. This game is very similar to another game I created called the Beach Rally, and basically it is exactly the same except for the fact that this one has questions built into it. So the way it works is that a teacher or instructor would divide their class into 4 teams. Each team would be given a question that appears on the screen. If they get it right, the instructor would then click and allow their car to move 1 step forward. The first car to get 5 steps across here would get to the finish line and win. So let me give you an example of how it would work here. I'm going to click the play button in the center lower of the screen. And basically what the instructor would do is first here, go to the first team and say, okay, I'm going to click go to questions here. The first team would have a choice of what question they might want. So I'm going to just pretend here that they're going to click question 2. And obviously it says delete this text and place your question here. We'll just pretend that this was what is 2 plus 2? And that's the question. We'll then have the team 1 tell us it's 4, and we'll click C answer button at the bottom. And then this would be where the instructor would place the number 4, so they got it right. We're going to click return to race. Now then, they were the yellow car, so up here in the top where it says click to make yellow car move, I'm going to click 1 time. And the yellow car moves ahead 1 space. I would then go to questions again. When I go to questions, you'll now see that question 2 is no longer an option, and the team 2 may choose a different question. So they might choose 4, which would be what is 3 plus 3? They say 6. I click 6C answer. 6 is correct, and then we return to the race. And now the blue car here, I'm going to come up to the top again to the blue banner, click to make the blue car move. And now that we've clicked to make the blue car move, you can see now they're tied. You continue this until you run out of questions or until a car crosses the finish line. Up in the upper right of this screen is an end game button, which you can click and that will effectively end the game. I'm now going to show you quickly how to edit the Beach Rally with questions. Basically, you're going to come down here to slide 4 is our first editable slide. We have where they can select a question. Underneath here, you're going to go to slide 5 and start putting in your first question. So for example, my first question will be, what is 2 plus 2? And then on slide 6 over at the left, I click and I'm going to now put in here that the answer is 4. Of course, this is just PowerPoint. You can make that bigger, you can make it smaller, whatever you want to do, depending on your needs. And after I've done that, I would simply continue that process to add in all the questions that I want until I'm done. So question 2 would be what is 3 plus 3? And the answer would be 6. Now I also encourage instructors to have students do this, etc. So when you actually go back and play the game now, and I'll simply start it up from that question slide very quickly. When you actually play the game, question 1 takes us to what is 2 plus 2? We click to see the answer, and it's 4. So now we return to the race, and we let that team's car move forward 1 spot. That's basically how you edit the game. The car race with questions, one thing that you do need to know is that you can't add more than 20 questions to this game. It is set at 20 questions, therefore you can't add a question 21, 24, 25. I guess theoretically you could if you wanted to add more buttons underneath here, but the way I've set it up is that it's really only for 20 questions. You have 4 teams and each team would theoretically get 5 questions. Now if you needed more questions, I would just simply advise you to create another car race game with 20 more additional questions or something like that, or use one of the different templates that allow you to have multiple questions. And that's just one tip that I wanted to point out. To begin the game using Office 2007, go to the Slideshow tab and click 1 time. After clicking on the Slideshow tab, click the From Beginning button on the far left. This will begin the game. To start the game in any version of PowerPoint before Office 2007, go to the Slideshow menu and choose View Show. This game is designed for whole class participation. Participants are divided into teams or may work as individuals. For best results, use an LCD projector or TV to display the game to participants. If you receive a security alert when beginning this game and you're using Office 2007, simply click the Enable This Content button and then click OK. Please note, if you are using a version of Microsoft Office prior to Office 2003, some of the features in these games may not function properly. It is advised that you do your editing of the PowerPoint slides or games in your older version, and then use Microsoft's free PowerPoint viewer for actual gameplay. To download the free viewer, just do a web search for PowerPoint Player 2007.